We're going to do another one here, and I'm going to show you how factoring and using some algebra can be helpful. So we want to show that secant of x minus secant of x sine squared of x is equal to cosine of x. So the more complicated side here, we've got secant of x minus secant of x sine squared of x. Okay, and that's going to be equal to, we're going to pull out the GCF, which is secant of x here. So we can write this as secant of x times 1 minus sine squared of x. Now, here's where we have to look really closely at the identities. See how having a squared gives you an idea that you might want to use one of the Pythagorean identities. And the one that has sine squared into it, we're just going to kind of do this off to the side, says that sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x is equal to 1. Well, what if we subtracted sine squared of x from both sides? Well, then we'd have cosine squared of x equals 1 minus sine squared of x. So that's another identity that we can use. You're allowed to take the identities we have, and if you need to move something to the other side, you can. So now, here we have this 1 minus sine squared of x, and we see that that's equal to cosine squared of x. So we're going to use that, and here we would have secant of x times cosine squared of x. Now we're going to use the fact that secant of x is equal to 1 over cosine of x. And now cosine squared of x is cosine times cosine. So we see one of them cancels out, and we just get cosine of x. So we've started with the more complicated side and worked our way to the other side.